Good morning. Welcome to Your Known Unknown, where Source and I will help to shed light on what's unknown for you. Welcome to the daily spread. We're going to pull some energies for the day, see what it is, that which needs to be seen. We're going to see what's the next step for the day, what we're stepping into, how we're stepping into it, what to expect. We're going to see what energies, where we need to step it up, things that are holding us back, what we need to address and focus on. So without further ado, let's get to it, let's into it, let's pull some cards. We're going to start off with just a simple numerology card today. See what energies Spirit wants to shine down for us with numerology off the bat. Angel spirits, guides, ancestors, universe, source, divine, creator, higher self, that you are, and all that I am. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Let's see what we need to see. Today's card, number 11, individuality. We just recently got oh man, I just got the chills for that one. Ooh. We just got out of the 11/11 date, 1/11, not 11/11, 1/11 date. The portals have opened, the portals have closed. If you don't really know what that means, that's okay. It's beautiful to have dreams and aspirations. What that kind of does mean, stepping into portals and stuff like that, it means that you're utilizing the signatures of the annual date to implement inspirations that allow you to step into being a better you. So you develop new habits, new mindsets, new goals, new dreams, new passions. Things become presented to you during these really special celestial alignments and dates throughout the years that we live that help us with this subtle shift in thoughts and mindsets that allow you to have ease of discipline towards becoming a better you. That's kind of what they say when they're like, step into this portal, it's activating blah blah blah. Well, it can activate whatever the hell you want. That's up to you. It's your opinion, your life, your creation, your artist, your canvas. What you need to focus on is meant solely for you. How and when, I like to use the collective energies to help amplify and progress that. So it's kind of woo, but it's kind of true too. So yeah, there's that. Individuality, number 1. If you're seeing 11, if the date 1/11 was really calling to you this year with this new transformation coming through, the number 11 is super profound, just in general. We're going to read this to you. This card indicates a need to embrace your individuality and be your true, authentic self. Rather than follow the crowd, you're being guided to break away from the pack, to take the road less traveled. Instead of feeling like you're a square peg in a round hole, you're being encouraged to build your own square hole. By drawing this card, you are being called upon to step up to the plate and celebrate your uniqueness. At this time, you must have the courage to speak your truth and march to the beat of your own drums despite the opinions of those around you. What others think of you isn't your business anyways, and it's impossible to please everybody, so you must focus on pleasing yourself. As you honor your individuality and feelings, you will reclaim your personal power and enhance your connection to Source. When you do so, you can make your dreams come true. In order to improve your current situation, you are being asked to adjust to harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life. Cycles that are encouraging you to embrace your individuality. As you step into your power as your true authentic self, you will improve your relationships with others and your overall quality of life. Affirmation for this card: I embrace my individuality and become my true authentic self. And we're going to take a quick little breath and say that one more time. I embrace my individuality and become my true authentic self. So that was exactly what I was just talking about. Can't make it up. It's unique to you. Your 1111, your doorway, your two pillars supporting your entry, your progression, your alignment, your betterment of life, if you so choose. And what's even better, you don't have to use things like collective celestial alignments to kick your ass into high gear. It can just be a good day, and you could just be feeling good and think it's a solid idea to go get that gym membership, to go make those car payments, to go clean your house, to go scrub behind your ears, whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want. You're the artist. Some obvious synchronicities for this card: if you catch yourself routinely seeing the times 1111, 111, 101 even works, 1101, they're right. If you see any of those time signature synchronicities, you're aligned with your path. If you see them once a day, once a week, but it's there, and you're like, oh, yeah. If you know, you know. We'll just put it that way. If you know, you know. And if you see them and you don't know, just be patient. I promise you will know why. Let's pull some tarot. We have the Hermit card. We have the Six of Cups. We have the Nine of Swords. Like this here. Embrace your individuality, huh? We have innocence, the hermit, and fear. I'm sensing a decision that you have, but it's not like you're going to be presented a choice. I mean, in all reality, you are being presented a choice, but you have your choice, your daily choice. Do I go and fuck it up, or do I go and discipline myself? Do I go play, or do I work hard? Do I cultivate humility and innocence in myself? Or do I stress myself out and not allow myself to feel confident, to grow? Do I not discipline myself enough to create the life that I want, the 11-11 that we're trying to make? All kind of wrapped up by the Hermit card, which could either be physically isolation or mental isolation. You know, withholding from self, going inward, focusing on your purpose, your path, what you're wanting to step into. And it doesn't have to be drastic. Again, this is a daily reading. This isn't a monthly, this isn't a soul reading. These are daily energies. And if you so choose for them to be as important and as expansive as you want it to be, then these are heavy cards. They mean deep movements, deep choices. But if you like the daily aspects and you don't want them to really overwhelm you or freak out your day-to-day so you become catatonic or procrastination, to the T, then it might be good to kind of push yourself a little extra harder, just a little bit extra harder today. Maybe you sit there and you go, I did breath work yesterday. I'm not going to do it today. I'm just not feeling it. Well, fuck that. Make yourself do it, because you will feel better afterwards. Just because somebody's not telling you to do it the next day after you've kind of been guided, or if you just tried to start it, if no one but you is telling you not to do something, then where's your integrity? Where's your will? Where's your self-discipline, aka self-love, really at? Where's your hope to progress? Now we all get days off. We all deserve days off too. But you're implementing patterns. You're implementing routines, patterns, mindsets that are extremely progressive and powerful when successfully implemented. Again, things take time to materialize from the mind. But what do you have control over? You have control over what you're doing. My brain just literally keeps going to disciplines like breath work, working out, self-care. Things that will literally allow fear to not be in your visual perception. Your perception of awareness in general will not be shrouded by fear if you take the time now at this stage in your life to really push yourself, especially while you still have it. Use it before you lose it. And another way to say that is use it or you will lose it. There's another thing. Both ways are just as important. And it doesn't have to be personal fitness. It could also be meditation. It could be work that you've put off to the side for a long time that you know if you get that done, you might not know what's coming, but you just know you want it done. And so you got to do it. And that's what you've been avoiding, stuff like that. Maybe if you make that phone call, something's going to change in life, and you've just been so afraid of doing that. But today, you just don't overthink it, and you just call, and you sit there, and your anxiety, just let it numb you. Let it clear your brain fog. And then they go, hello, and you're like, hi, I just wanted to call. I don't know why, I forgot, but hello. And you roll with it. You just jumped through your fears to tackle something that you've been desiring to do. That's it. And that's how you progress. So simply put. Those little actions can happen, and they can make profound shifts. Those are energies we're stepping into, especially with the Six of Cups. That Six of Cups energy, man. It's different in this deck every time. Yep. Let's see. Anyways, that was just me rambling. Energy stepping into Six of Cups, the Hermit, and or fear. We're going to see if that's an and or if it's an or. We have the Two of Wands reversed for how we're going to be addressing these today. Eight of Pentacles. I'm sitting here being like, man, this is such a profound blah, blah, blah. It could be profound or not. But then the cards are just like, just another day for you, huh, buddy? Shit. That's right. See, y'all don't know what goes on in my brain. My brain's making celestial moves every minute, and it's exhausting, We got the Six of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Two of Wands reversed. Mixed with this Hermit card, I'm just seeing that there doesn't need to be a drive for expansion. You're very content with where you're at, and you're even more content with where you want to be. Sometimes you might let that where you want to be dishearten you a little bit because you're not there. That's okay. That's why we do practices. That's why we connect. That's why we move our body. That's why we distract ourselves. We get out of our mind, get back into the body. That's why we love people. That's why we share. That's why we don't sit in isolation and ruminate over thoughts. The what ifs, could be's, and should have's. That's why we do. Try to, at least. That's why things like trauma are just so traumatic. They're so disintegrating to your body and your mind. Real trauma. That's why these things need to be addressed and worked on, so you can become 200% you again. When you're suffering things like physical or mental illnesses, you're only 100% you or less. You're not 200. And I say 200 again because you're 100% flesh and matter. The other 100% is your light soul body connection. 200% human being. Okay, wands. I want the two of wands. I just need to see this real quick. When reversed, your talent may be wasted because those who can help you progress are not listening. It's true. If this is the case, consider a change of scenery. You need to be with people who understand your views and appreciate your skills. The card can also show misplaced trust in an unreliable partner. Check if those close to you are pulling their weight, or you could be the one doing all the work. So, there may be somebody in your life, time and time again, or just maybe not even time and time again. Maybe somebody is just not feeling right, not like doing the most that they want or can do. Not for you, but by you, by your needs. I feel like it's kind of not quite saying too much towards that as far as another person goes. I'm just seeing more a lack of okay, how do I take today and set myself up for tomorrow? I think we're really good at the day-to-day routines. I think now it's setting up a little bit of time for expectancy in the expected future without anxiety overruling you. That'll cause your fear. We want a pretty balance. So how we do a pretty balance with that, I think the quickest, most effective, and efficient way is you wake up and you plan your day. But the way you plan your day, and it takes a little practice, but the way that you start to plan your day ahead of you is for tomorrow. Right? Like, we feel so good today because we gave ourselves adequate sleep and food and whatever yesterday. If I went to bed early and I woke up, if I went to bed happy, healthy, and early, and I woke up early, but I was outside in a storm, somehow, how the hell did I get here? You see, I'm like freaking out a little bit. Like, what? I just was in my bed. It would throw your whole day off. Same kind of thing that you're doing for yourself if you really don't help yourself and think about what's coming down the line tomorrow. What you want to come down the line tomorrow. Not expect, but you do end up expecting because you're a co-creator. And if it's for the betterment of your life, Spirit's going to be like, hell yeah, we'll give them what they want. So, Eight of Pentacles, cultivating this disciplinary strength about you that's necessary to continue stepping forward and not just stay stagnant. Again, it's the beginning of this new year. Collectively, energetically, we're finalizing these years. So you do have a little push and pull as far as what your soul knows and energies know versus what your brain and your body and your community and people are saying and being like that. Again, if you weren't raised in a Western hemisphere, you're probably in the Eastern hemisphere. And if that's the case, you probably believe in different holidays and stuff like that. Like, there's a perfect example. Don't be culturized. Don't be programmed. Believe in whatever you want to believe in and do whatever you want to do. You're allowed to. And you don't have to share it. You don't have to hear other people's shit about it and opinions about it. You can just know. All it really, like, the worst thing that happens from just knowing and not sharing is you just enjoy other people celebrating things, and it just should warm your heart up just as much. You start to realize that every day can be your birthday. Every day can be Christmas or Easter or April Fool's Day or whatever. I read this interesting fact that said that in 1582, 1592, I don't remember what. I think it was it was like British Parliament or something. Don't give me flack about it. But back in like the 1500, and British Parliament transitioned, or the bishop of the church or something like that changed the new year from April 1st to January 1st. Why? I don't know. They didn't say that. But what had happened was, in that generation, all the rich people who were informed of this shift and were all for it, they're like, let's change it up. Let's have a new celebration. They all accepted the change into the new year being at the beginning of that winter right there, right after the solstice, right? And everybody else, it kind of diversified the population a little bit in their beliefs and knowings. So all the other population that still celebrated the April 1st were known as heretics and fools. Hence the terminology April Fool's Day, where all the people were just slandering the other people who wanted to maintain tradition because that's what was naturally offered. And it makes you really think how easy it is within just one generation for our whole thing to get screwed up. Our whole belief system to just get screwed up. So many remedies and medicines from the past that are lost because one generation just forgot to show the other generation that stuff because somebody else made something easier, cheaper, faster, whatever, for us to use. And that enables our creature comforts to come through. We get lazy. Next thing you know, we don't think clearly. We're not acting clearly. We're not being our real selves, because our real selves are meant to create, love, be, and, whatever, so many other things. I was going to be like fight, flight, fuck, or run, but whatever. We're human beings. We're nature. All right? But we're nature with the intellect of the universe. And again, Six of Pentacles are just saying here, we're not offering more to the wrong people in our lives. Maybe there is somebody that's unreliable here for you. With this Two of Wands reversed and this Six of Pentacles, maybe that unreliability could also just be avoidance. It could just be like, there could be something that's on your mind, someone on your mind often, that you're just like, man, I wish they would blah, 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 but they're not. So what? You're going to accept it? Are you going to accept it? Are you going to bring it up to them? Or are you going to sit silently and keep accepting it? Me personally, you can offer them the option of change and be like, hey, it's not that I need you to change. It's that if you want to stay around me, I'm trying to change. And I would like to see you stick around. And so this is what I need. That's a pretty graceful way to explain to somebody, like, hey, get your shit together because I'm trying to. And, I'll give you a heads up. Kind things to do are letting people know before shit hits the fan. It's just a really considerate thing to do. Don't just make decisions for people's lives or hearts or mindsets just because shit finally hit the fan. No, it's a more mature thing to do, to talk about stuff and let them know, hey, There's not poop on the walls yet, but shit's gonna hit the fan and I can see it and I'm trying to avoid it. So how can we tackle this? What are we willing to do? And that's how you kind of start to work with unreliable people. You give them heads up. You don't just throw them to the wolves. They don't learn that way. I mean, they do learn that way, but it's chaotic and it's really unnecessary, especially if you're in a place where you are consciously able to help people to your own degree. Maybe you don't want to help said person, but you're like, they need it. Well, maybe you should tell them that sincerely, not condescendingly. Be like, I really care about you. I really think you should go speak or see somebody. But right now, that's not me. I am not capable of doing anything like that. I just see this, and I've seen things that what I'm recommending help people in your situation before. Please go see some help. It would do you great. Why? And then, like, why wouldn't you? I would take that advice. I'd take that advice to heart. If somebody came and sat me down and were just like, I know I don't know you very well, but there's things about you that I would like you to go. You know, it's like, well, first off, who the fuck is this person? But also, they're not wrong, you know? And if somebody's being considerate enough to talk to you about it, that might have some weight. It should have some weight. Don't be so standoffish or resentful when somebody wants to give you some advice or offer you some help. Maybe they're not very tact in their ways and they're more of a blunt soul. Maybe, you know, it just matters where they're coming from and let them practice how to engage. We're all practicing. It's not about the engagement. It's about the intention behind it. And if you react to the engagement, well, there's some proof right there that that's something that's affecting you, and you should probably check that out. That's up to you if you're immediately responsive or reactive to somebody sharing that. But then if you are, you know, and then you just have to know that they can be like, whoa, I didn't mean to come and attack you that way. You know, and you're like, okay, my bad. I was feeling defensive. Why am I feeling defensive? Well, because something inside of you agrees with them and you don't want to change. Your ego goes, nope, fuck that person. I don't want to change. And then you get mad. You push them away. You distract, ignore. You isolate. Then you go and feed your cravings because that's what soothes your needs instantly. That's not healthy. That's what the cards are saying you can do, but you shouldn't do because you've been doing that because that's what we're programmed to do. Be a free thinker and embrace the suck because that's really how you get to a better tomorrow. If you just want tomorrow to come, don't do shit. I've done that for years. And where that gets you, well, where that gets you if you're not a free thinker, nowhere. I couldn't just do nothing in life. I couldn't do nothing. That would drive me insane. So I learned how to meditate. I learned about my chakras and how to feel them. You know, I started to do these things. So when I'm doing nothing, we're not doing nothing. It's the furthest thing from nothing. It's just, you know, now we have to put it out into the world. There's no more just sitting up here. So think about what it is that you do when you're depressed, when you're sad, when you're down. Like what ego emotion is fueling these necessities for survival that are programmed into us that are no longer necessary because we don't need survival. We don't. We need clarity, choice, and companionship. We need the ability to feel free. We need clarity of mind to help recognize the direction, to help co-create. And we need connection, self to self, self to others, seeing others to others, and then others to self connections. Very important quadfecta of example. That was a little bit of a tangent. I kind of went off the rails a little bit. Thank you for sitting with that one. Where do we need to step it up, Spirit? Today's energy for step ups. They're going to be like, you could probably explain less. Yeah. Where do we need to step it up? Wow. We have so many options as towards where we can step up in our life. And that's fine. Don't let it overwhelm you. If you really sit there and you think about all the things you want to do and who you want to be, that's going to cause anxiety. It's beautiful to dream, so don't hold on to the thoughts. Don't dwell, don't ruminate, don't let them be cycle. Don't patternize the wants and desires of what you don't have. It's not going to help. It's going to cause anxiety. Your hair is going to fall out. You'll gain weight. Your body won't be happy. It causes stress, tension, dis-ease in your body. But the card up, where we can step it up, the lovers, what can that represent? A connection that you have with somebody? A connection coming in with somebody? Or is it self to self? Is this a unification of your masculine and feminine? Is this balancing yourself? I'm hearing yes to all of the above. Is the lovers representing your source to your faith? Or your connection to your faith, to source? Yeah, all of the above. I'm seeing a beautiful relationship coming in with this as well, versus you have unreliable relationships around you, as well as you have innocence and you have fear. I'm seeing that you work really hard, but you give fair and justly. I'm seeing that you want to expand, though. You're not feeling like it's happening in the way that you're expecting it to, wanting to, and that's being held onto by these fears from the past of grief and sorrow that you're having such a hard time really being able to let go of. But it's not a letting go of. It's more just like a disremembering. You want to unremember, right? That would be beautiful if we could. But we can't. So how we unremember is by creating new remembrances, new memories. And diving into it headstrong and being like, what was there? It doesn't matter. You see these similar patterns from people? That's fine. Recognize them from your past. That's how you navigate into the future. You know? As far as self to self goes, you do deserve what you have in mind. You do deserve. You are so deserving. You can't let the past hold you back. Because you have for a long time, and it will continue to. And it's your choice to allow it not to anymore. Are these what we need to step up in, Spirit? Are these blockages? Excuse me. It's always a good sign when we get the bubble guts going. 333. Huh? And then the number 6. So just for comparison's sakes, we have the number 11. We have 333. We have 6, 6, and connective in with that too. Oh, there's another 6. We have 333, 666, the number 11. We also have 3, 6, and then 9 added up to this too. I just pulled the Empress card on what's needed to be stepped up in. Maybe a self upgrade with this Lover's card. This is speaking very deeply with a self-to-self connection, not so much a romantic love connection. You have a hindrance in yourself somewhere that is dying to be broken up with and moved on from. It is wanting so hard to be advanced through with the 1111 energies that have happened. Use them. Yeah, it's woo. Yeah, it's whatever. Use it though. Use the full moon time. Subconsciously they work. Just because you're not aware of it doesn't mean it's not working in the scenes. You feel different pretty much every day because the stars change, because the moon's in a different place, because the sun's popping up in a different place. And you feel that way annually. It's how we look back at last year and we're like, ooh, remember last year when I was feeling like that? This year I feel like this. Now, last year, remember when I had that? Well, now I'm like this. It's like, it's how you're viewing it. Oh. And what we're going to be doing, needing to do, is just community mastery kind of thing. Connect with those around you. Your support system will help you become a master mason, become a master influencer, become a master of self, master crafter. And if you're a fisherman, you become a master baiter. All right. Anyways. Good morning, dad jokes. Where we need to step it up in letting go of grief, stepping it up in the field of love and what that means to you. Dive in headstrong. I'm trying. I'm really trying to. And creative passion hobbies. And connecting and just creating that foundation for your week ahead, for tomorrow, for your next cycle. And that's just today. We're complete. We'll take a deep breath to disconnect. Feel free to take a deep breath in to lock in these energies if you so choose. Plus, good morning. If you watch this, take a deep breath. It's some good advice from a good soul just trying to help you out. You don't have to, though. We're going to hold at the top, and I'm going to send you some distant energy healing as well to help us out with the day. So if you would please join me. I hope this message finds you well. These are for you if you so choose to accept. Thank you for receiving me, and I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Until next time.